weather.
It's not the weather. It's the tension of the I Beg to Differ.
It's the final week of I Beg to Differ. We've been on it for a few weeks now, and it's there's been so much that has happened in terms of the students, the angles, the convincing, the tears not seeing. Pretty interesting, past few weeks.
Indeed. I mean, I have gone through different phases and different expression of shock, of surprise, of disappointment.
Right.
There was one particular look of like, I'm going to cry my eyes out when I leave the studio, but I will be strong because the camera is still on. But it's all good. That's what happens when you have a competition and when there's a prize money. And only one person is going to take it. We didn't say everyone who puts in an entry will split the money round now. He said one person will go home with $1 million. A second place will go in with $500,000. Third place will go in with $250,000. That's 250K, but let's make it sound big.
Oh, yes.
But you know what? Is the fourth place person you need to be concerned the most
How
about.
they feel.
Because 4 people have come this far, and the only pex for the fourth person is, okay, you're going to represent the FCT in Lagos.
Yeah, you get a consolation prize as well. So you get something regardless of how, not part of the 3 major prizes it would be. So yeah, you get something. And the experience as well, having to debate with, various students who are intelligent, just like you are. It's something to be thankful for in terms of the lessons that will be learned from it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we are here for the finals. Well, this is the semi-final. Monday, Tuesday, the semi-final. And the grand finale is going to be on Friday. And I am looking forward to Friday. Even our judges, they've been judging for a long time. Everybody is tired of let's just give them this money and let's be done already. But I want to say a very big thank you to our judges in the green room, to Majid Dairo, our chief judge, who, in spite of his very, very tight schedule, he said, Dr. Majid, you have to be here this week because this is the week we hand out money and we don't want anybody to say, but if not, coulda, he would have. No. We want all our judges on ground.
Why do I know that video?
So that they will not say Nigeria Info. We didn't upload to iRev and Beavers quickly. So we eliminated. No. So our judges are on ground for the semi-finals and the finals. Majid Dairo is a researcher, as a columnist, and the tech team lead of Luke Star Leadership Foundation. You know him. Irene Bangwell. She's an educator, a girl child advocate, the co-founder of NOSC 100 Naira a Day School in Kuje, one of the very rare schools in Nigeria that looks out for indigent children. So with just 100 Naira a day, a child can get an education in that school. And Fidel Castro, a senior editor who was already on his way out for an assignment, was like, dude, we're not done with this yet. We're like, really? But did we give prize money last week? No. So we will be doing that this week. He's our judge. He's a senior editor in Nigeria Info, and he's one of our judges. We have our diction judge, Olivia Osai, sitting pretty in the studio.
Olivia, it was her birthday on Saturday, by the way.
Saturday?
Yes. I'm already harassed now. Like, where is the cake?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I hope you had a good time celebrating. Amazing stuff.
All right, that's good to know. So Olivia is here, and it's the semi-finals. She's brought like a big paper to just jot down so much, but I'm sure she'll be sweet nonetheless. And so we have our judges sorted, and our sponsors, the big kahunas who put their money to this debate to ensure that we don't just bring students from all over the federal capital and then we tell them thank you very much for patriotism to God and country, but we're giving them prize money. And one of the debaters is nodding her head like, oh yeah. I love that. Was a big thank you to Hamzat Lawal, who's giving us the prize money of 1 million naira. Hamzat is the CEO of Connected Development. He's the founder of Follow the Money, and is a Malala Fund advocate, partnering with others to ensure that we reduce the number of out-of-school Mortgage Bank joins us to give us the second place prize money. And they've been creating wealth and shelter, they say, for 20 years, with presence in Abuja, in Nasarawa, Taraba, and Lagos State. We have 313 Bureau de Change, who's giving us the third place prize money. And we've received consolation prizes from Collier Angel Nigeria Limited, who've been handing out telephones to all participants of the debate. So those who've been eliminated have received their phones, courtesy Collier Angel Nigeria Limited in Wuse Banex Plaza, Abuja. Happiness Computers will also be giving us computer sets. And we have received incredible support from Creative Fingers, Cakes and Bites in FAB Estate Life Camp in Abuja. 3J's hotels and apartment here in the Federal Capital has been gracious enough to, supply us with the food. Number One Hotel also jumped on this, the suppliers with more goodies and drinks. And we say a big thank you to all our partners. It's the last week of the debate, and I'm sure you feel the worth of all the investment you've put into it. But we're super excited to see who's going to make it to the finals from the semi-finals. I've got two young ladies with me in the studio. I don't want to say they look nervous, because they do not. They look more confident than nervous to me. Is that what you read in the
Yeah. I mean, they'll be here one time too many. But at this stage, you should be ready to deliver on whatever it is that you are debating on.
Yeah. But when you have some kind of champions who have scaled through the playoff, gone through the round of 16 to the quarterfinals, it gets intense. That you're looking at each other in the eye and boy, this is not a small fry.
Well, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be nervous, but then that's being nervous right you
now,
should be ready to deliver. Yeah.
You're like, what? Who is it going to be?
I'm sure that they're not buying that from you.
All right, so Abuja, if you're ready, let's introduce you to our debaters. They'll be facing off. You already know our top four, and all four of them will be representing the Federal Capital in August for the national. And we're sure that we have the best four to do that for us. But who's going to make 1 million naira at the end of the week? Well, we're going to find out as they get closer to it today. We have CHIKWERE NMASI Ruth. She's 15 from Government Science Secondary School, Tunga Maje, in the studio. How are you, CHIKWERE NMASI Ruth?
I'm fine.
How's the journey so far?
Stressed.
Did you rest during the weekend?
Not really.
Your brain was walking around like, man, 1 million. I have to continue. I have to research more. And then we also have 15-year-old Abu Francis Helingabo from Government Science Secondary School, Piekasa, Maitama. How are you?
I'm very much fine.
You're fine. Yes. Did you get any special coaching over the weekend on how to do this?
From God, yes.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Divine inspiration.
Interesting.
Well, they will be debating on the motion. Is Nigeria ready for a total ban on single-use plastic? Guys, are we ready? Well, the government has talked tough, has been talking tough about the ban of single-use plastic in Nigeria. 2025 is the year, they say, but the big question is, are we ready? Is Nigeria ready? They'll take on this debate, and we'll get to find out what side of the debate they are on. Support or beg to differ?
So you can unveil, give your name, and what side you will be speaking on today.
Who supports?
I support the motion.
All right, so Abu Francis Helingabo, 15 from Government Science Secondary School, Piekasa, Maitama, supports the motion.
I beg to differ.
I just wanted to be sure you do not have support also. CHIKWERE NMASI Ruth, 15 from Government Science Secondary School, Tunga Maje, begs to differ on the motion. Nigeria is ready for a total ban on single-use plastic. So just so you know, you've got 3 minutes for your opening, 3 minutes for your rebuttal, 3 minutes for your closing. If it's a tie, you get another 3 minutes to slug it out. And this time around, you're going to swap roles if we do get a tie at the end of the day, meaning the person who supports will beg to differ. The person who begs to differ will support. We've got 3 judges plus a diction judge. Each of the judges got 3 marks for your opening, each 3 marks for your rebuttal, 3 marks for your closing, and 10 marks each for your style of presentation. So be looking at a whole lot. I just need to remind you, because you're closer to the money right now. Your diction, your style, your presentation, your eloquence, your point, the strength of your rebuttal, all of this is going to count for you as you make your presentation. So are you ready then?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you would hear the bell go off. You start. When you hear the bell go off, you have to land on that sentence which you were on before the bell, went off. And your time starts now.
Plastic waste choke our rivers, clog our streets, and poison our future. A silent invader in our homes and our markets today. What was once a loyal friend has now become a ruthless enemy. But the good news is, Nigeria has awakened. The battle against single-use plastics is not just underway, it is fierce, and we will not back down. We say good morning to the esteemed panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my moderator, my co-debater, and everyone listening in. I am HELEN from Government Science Technology School, Metama, here to stand my ground for the motion we state. Nigeria is ready for a total ban against single-use plastics. To begin with, in 2019, the House of Representatives issued a bill to ban the use of single-use plastics, signaling a strong political will. The National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency has also enforced strict policies regarding plastic waste management. Furthermore, we have global commitments driving local action. Nigeria is a signatory international agreement like United Nations Clean Sea Initiative, which eliminated marine pollution as at 2023 and is aimed at eliminating marine plastic pollution. In 2022, the NIMASA's Marine Litter Action Plan removed over 22,000 tons of plastic waste from coastal areas, and moreover, state governments are already leading the fight against plastic pollution, with the Lagos state government launching and already introducing waste sorting and plastic recycling programs through LOMA, Lagos State Waste Management Authorities, to tackle this crisis. In addition, the private sector is already joining the fight and investing in better alternatives, with companies like Waste Cyclers, Recycle Point, and Green Hill Recycling all thriving in waste management and turning plastic pollution into profit. In 2023, Guinness Nigeria launched a plastic-free beverage packaging initiative, and it's already encouraging companies like Coca-Cola and Nestle, who have already pledged that by 2030 they will have 100% recyclable containers. Similarly, Nigeria is already going strong with biodegradable alternatives readily available. Eco-friendly packaging made from paper, bamboo, and cassava-based materials are already in the mainstream, and companies like No Paper Products and Sun Dry Foods are already transforming and replacing styrofoam containers and plastic bags with biodegradable materials. And most importantly, Nigerians today are fighting for their right to cleaner environments with campaigns like the #TrashFreeNaija campaign, which mobilized over 50,000 Nigerians today to clean up their environments, and organizations like Sustivive and Let's Do It Nigeria fighting and pushing for policy changes. My dear Ruth, if the Nigerian people want it, who are you to say no? And more so, Nigeria is also tackling pollution head on through the National Plastic Solution Authority, which are uniting waste collectors, recyclers, manufacturers, and governmental agencies. In 2024, the Federal Ministry of Environment launched a program in order to make manufacturers responsible for all the amount of waste, leading to a much cleaner safer Nigeria. Thank you.
All right. Helen Abu Ebo there with her opening presentation, and she's tabled it. Let's find out what NMASI Ruth has to say in her opening.
And your time starts now.
According to legal analysts Nigeria, enforcing a total ban on single-use plastic will affect our economy and our environmental sanitation. Good afternoon, the chairman, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debater, listeners and viewers all over the globe. My name is CHIKWERE NMASI RUTH, a student of Government Science Technology School, Metama, and I'm here to oppose the motion that states Nigeria is ready for a total ban of single-use plastics. The total ban on single-use plastics do not just mean we make an enforcement. We need a time-to-time action banning these laws. But no, Nigeria is not ready to give such. Firstly, Lagos, like the rest of states in Nigeria, have a rubbish problem concerning plastic waste pollution, and so there is nothing we could do to stop it because of their population. You could imagine when 50 to 60 million plastic are discarded daily. Do you think we'll be able to ban single-use plastics in such a state? Also, no effective legislation. We have weak governance, and this thing is going to undermine the policy, and so we are not ready to totally ban single-use plastics in our society. Furthermore, economic concern. A total ban on single-use plastic is going to lead to economic hazard and the rest. My mom sells Zobo. You can imagine what she will face, whereby you make her to leave this plastic that she rely on for her businesses to foster. She's going to how will she get that for her children when she leave this plastic that is essential in her business? We need to think about the job of Nigerians before we think of making a decision. Nigeria is not ready to totally ban single-use plastics. Furthermore, lack of recycling infrastructure. Nigeria have less than 10 recycling industries in Nigeria to recycle such products. So how do you tell me that Nigeria is ready to I tell them that Nigeria is ready to totally stop the ban, to totally ban single-use plastic. Furthermore, Nigeria needs to attend to a lot of things before thinking of stopping the social use of single-use plastic, because we need to address poverty, corruption, weak governance. We need to create alternatives, but unfortunately, we don't have this. The plastic industry employs over 300,000 Nigerians, and unfortunately for me, my dad is part of them. How will it feel whereby they make a lot of Nigerians, thousands of Nigerians jobless by just saying they say no to single-use plastic? This is going to affect him. How will he take care of the family? How will he cope? How will he manage to survive? We need to put ourselves first, because we need to think about the poor masses. What are they going to face when these things are being, when these SUPs are being banned? Nigeria, our country, is in need of great help. We lack the alternatives. 75% of Nigerians rely on this revenue for their businesses. We need to put them at the forefront of everything we do. We think, look at the health hazard it has caused. Over 70% of this single-use plastic end up in waterways. What have we done about it? Nothing. You talk about them cleaning this, cleaning that, but nothing has really been done to stop it. Lack of public awareness. Nigeria do not educate the public of the disadvantages and advantages of such waste, and so we are not ready to totally stop it. We need to take everything step by step and not just rushing into conclusion. 95% of waste collection is done by informal waste pickers we call babambolas. These people do not have the safety gears, the fair wages, and whatever they need to foster this, to say no to single-use plastics. So we need to put them first. Thank you.
Well, the temperature is high in the studio, and I tell you, it has nothing to do with the weather or the sun. It's just the intensity of the debate at the moment, because they understand the stakes are high at this point in time, and they're giving us, the very best they have to offer is energy for energy.
I mean, the song that you play in your head right now is Sean Paul's Ever Blazing, because it's really hot in here, and we're trying to contain ourselves to ensure that, well, okay.
All right, so we are done with the first round of it, which is the opening presentation, and let's hope that they listened to each other when they were doing their opening, because we'll get to the rebuttal any second now and see how they argue. And seeing that, Helen, you support the motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we are going back to you for your rebuttal now. You've got 3 minutes.
Your time starts now.
Standing on all essential protocols, I remain Abu Helen, here to reaffirm my stance and negate all of my opponent's points as to why Nigeria is not ready for a total ban on single-use plastic. First of all, my opponents mentioned the massive population in Lagos, saying that the already implemented legislature is weak. Let me tell you something. The legislature in Nigeria is not weak. It has enforcement. The Lagos State, the LOMA, the Lagos State Waste Management Authorities, the Ogun State Waste Management Authorities, the Abia State Management Authorities, the Federal Ministry of Environment are doing all that they can. They are finding numerous ways in order to make sure, including the imposition of the extended producer responsibility, where they have ensured that manufacturers contribute money and fund the recycling of plastic materials. Moving on to your point about recycling plants on availability, you mentioned that Nigeria will have only 10 recycling plants. I'm very sorry to say, but that is a misguided fact. Nigeria today can boast of 36 recycling plants. We have the Recyclers, the Green Hill Initiative, and all of them are working together to make sure that Nigeria's plastic waste, about 2.5 million tons, is being recycled every single day for better use. So why don't you give them kudos for a very hard work done? Instead of poverty and corruption are one of Nigeria's greatest problem, and we should instead focus on solving them. Where does poverty start from? Poverty can be solved through job creation. One of the greatest forms and the greatest cause of poverty is unemployment, and that's what we're going to solve through. That's what we're trying to solve through plastic waste management. Do you realize that in 2023, the USAID and Coca-Cola Foundation funded an employment initiative launched in 2023 via NASCO, which enabled people in Lagos and all over Nigeria to be able to get jobs in plastic waste management. This has been able to show that Nigeria is ready. Nigeria has programs that have not only empowered these people, but also created better jobs for them. Moving on to job industry. Plastic industry is supplying much money, but how much money is being lost? Every single year, Lagos State is using more than 450 billion naira to unclog our streets, to take care of sick children which have all come from the single-use plastics, the microplastics in our water, in our fishes, all in our rivers. So honestly, without this, we will not even have the people to begin with. And let me tell you something, this same job industry, the plastic industry today has only created more than 10,000, has created only 10,000 jobs. But with green initiatives, with partnerships, we can be able to create more than 100,000 jobs. For people like waste pickers, people like waste collectors, people like vendors, people who have all been able to recycle, for manufacturers, can be able to create enough sufficient money to boost the economy much more. You also mentioned that nothing has been done. Let me tell you, so much has been done. Nigeria has partnered with Interpol. Nigeria has involved technology. Nigeria has done so much to ensure that the plastics in Nigeria are reduced. Thank you.
All right. Helen's rebuttal there, and Masi Ruth, you've got your time to rebut also. But remind you that we're live on YouTube and Facebook. I'm not seeing you there. Go to Facebook. You need to see them, how animated they are. If you feel the fiery conversation going on via radio, but you need to see how animated they are. So go to Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Go to YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja and watch live what is going on. We'll give you the polls up on Twitter.
Yes. You can go on to X right now and, vote on who you think should move on to the next round of the debate. It's at Nigeria Info ABJ on X, which you know as Twitter. So go on there, follow us, and be a part of the voting public.
All right. So let's get to hear from Masi Ruth. Your rebuttal starts when
right now.
I signed an all-existing protocol. My name is CHIKWERE NMASI RUTH from Government Science and Gamaji. You talked about the clog of waters by this plastic. Now, you said the government are funding and doing a lot of things. Is it the high rate of corruption that is causing all this in the world? Let me tell you something. Nigeria is making no effective Nigeria is doing nothing effective to totally stop the use of single-use plastics. Far back as 2019, as you made mention of your example, that the government are doing something about it. Yes, far back, that's outdated now because the government are doing nothing about it. Yes, enforcing rule. Is it with their weak governance, Abi, what? You said the United Nations collaborations. What about, okay, you make examples like with places like the United Nations and so on. Bring it down to Africa, bring it down to Nigeria. Okay, now I know you'll be comparing developed countries, but in Nigeria we are still developing countries. Okay, now look at Nigeria. Look at Rwanda. They give them $2.5 billion to stop the use of plastic waste, but Nigeria gave nothing less than 0.5 million. Look at how bad our economy is. Look how bad the government is. Look at the high rates of corruption. We need to think this through before we make a decision. You said there are alternatives to replace them. The alternatives are not functioning because it costs 3 to 5 times more than the single-use plastics. These things are really, they are embedded into our daily life, and so we cannot do without them. You said the government launched a program, but no results. Let's face reality and accept the truth. You talk about enforcement. I said it and I'll say it again. Governments have their enforcement is weak. The enforcement they are making is weak. Your research is outdated, my lovely opponent, Helen. You said job creation. That's a fallacy because it leads to job losses. Look at our society of today. Look at our country of today. How many individuals work in those SUP sectors? How do you expect them to cope? You want us to stop the use of single-use plastics, but you've not created jobs for people that are going to make them. You have not created jobs for those that will lose theirs. We need to make it a balanced approach. Let me tell you something. It's not the strongest of the species that survive, but the most adaptable. Nigerians are not ready to adapt to it. Okay, we can remember the impact of subsidy removal. We can remember the impact of subsidy removal. We are still facing the consequences now. So Nigeria should not just go straight into a total banning of single-use plastics. We said public awareness. That's unavailable in our nation, Nigeria. We lack what we need to make all these laws enforced. We lack the amenities. We lack the infrastructures. We lack the alternatives. We need to think this twice before going to a decision. Nigeria, our country, is in need of great help. And we totally banning single-use plastic will not change the fact that we've gone through a lot economically, socially. We need to think about what we are facing and not what people think. You make reference to other developed countries. What about Nigeria? What have we done about it? We need to think about ourselves first. We need to put ourselves first before thinking of others. What about the poor masses? Nigeria needs help. But totally banning single-use plastic is not going to solve the problem. Thank you.
All right. Yes. Rebuttals are done. Victoria Osaku says, nice to be here today. First time connecting. That means you missed quite a lot. But hey, Right on time. It's the finals, the semi-finals, baby, and they're giving all they can to make sure they have their paws. Or is it their fingers or their hands now?
Well,
because it don't look like paws. Even though the animations make me like, are they hands or paws at this point in time?
You can catch the animated debate on our socials right now on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. Catch highlights on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Abuja and vote on the poll at Nigeria Info ABJ. Kelvin says, well done, girls. Vibe and Vibe girls, well done is what Doris Owaleke says on our YouTube platform. Today's debate is quite interesting. Please, there should be enough time allotted at this stage for debaters to present all their points. Well done, girls, is what Peter Ode also says.
All right, Kenneth Agumadu says this is serious matter. The girls are good. God, Nigeria is highly gifted, I assure you. Raphael Jama says you guys are doing well, and Ilu Romi Ayo Benjamin, well, is thrilled by the debate. Says yes, and someone nobelistic is already handing out congratulations to who exactly we do not know, but it just feels like, boy, they are good.
Yeah, but winners at this point, if you ask me.
All right. All right. Oh, Victoria has been following on radio, but first time watching live on Facebook. Now you see them. Now you know them. All right, people. Are you ready for their closing presentation? Are you ready? Ladies, are you ready? You need time to sip water and just clear your throat or something?
Not really.
You're good?
All right. And your time starts now.
Here to reaffirm my stance for the motion, which states Nigeria is ready for a total ban on single-use plastics. But before I conclude, let me clarify my opponent's doubts. My opponent mentioned that our government today is ineffective. But let me tell you something. We have the Blue Air Initiative that is enlightening people all over Nigeria. Public awareness. You mentioned public awareness. We have the Trash Free Nigeria campaign in Lagos. Thousands of Nigerians went to clean up Nigeria. We have the Recycle First Nigeria, where Burna Boy funded, single-handedly funded, where thousands of Nigerians picked trash around them in exchange for tickets. We have someone that Ngozi Adichie adding her beats. We have the Emir of Kano, the Oni of Ife, staking their stand that these plastics should be banned in Nigeria today. You also mentioned that Nigeria is a very inadaptable country. I'm very sorry to say, but that is a very, very strong lie. Nigeria says we're one of the most adaptable people in Nigeria, in the whole world. We can go from place to place and still be the best. But Nigeria can only be the best if we put a total ban on this single-use plastics. They are destroying our nation. And the question is not if we're ready. The question is how long are we going to wait before they kill all of us and drown us in plastic? Nigeria is ready for a total ban on single plastics. That is something you must understand. Ladies and gentlemen, from biodegradable plastics from cassava peels down to the youth turning trash to schools, Nigeria is not only ready, but we're already thriving. While my dear Ruth still seems to be stumbling on the fact that Nigeria is ready, let me lead you with some irrefutable facts to throw some light and please bring out our dilemma. To begin with, academic institutions are already leading in research and action. The UNN had developed Africa's first 100% biodegradable plastic from cassava and yam peels in 2023, which is patented and scalable for industrial use. ABU Zaria has already launched its first ever plastic-free campus initiative where teenagers came out to clean their own hostels and their own environment. More than 120 tons of waste plastics were removed that same day and recycled. Even traditional chiefs have also enforced eco-edits, with the Emir of Kano fining distributors of plastic bags and making a 47% drop in plastic waste in our markets today in less than 3 months. The Oni of Ife has banned the use of single-use plastics in festivals and in palaces. Why? Because he has seen that these plastics they are bad for us. Even the Sultan of Sokoto has seen these plastics as a haram, and more than 200 million Nigerians follow in his footpaths. So tell me, what do you want to tell me about public awareness? Even tech is now making waste management safer, with Lagos-based collection using blockchain to make our world safer and better. About women who are joining the fight, as they are training 5,000 women to make reusable bags from aquatic material. So my dear opponents, Nigeria is not just backsliding. Nigeria is not just ready. Nigeria is already thriving. That is something you must understand. Thank you.
All right. right, Helen Abu Francis has given us her closing argument, and don't forget that she supports the motion that Nigeria is ready for a total ban on single-use plastic. CHIKWERE NMASI RUTH, are you ready to give us your closing argument?
Yes, ma'am.
All right then.
And your time starts now.
Let's face the reality and stop thinking of what you say. Don't use your sentimental feeling to decide for our nation. These plastics are going to affect us. These plastics are already affecting us. And we banning it now is not going to solve the problem. We need to take it because it's a gradual step. We need to take things based on what they are and not just totally banning it because it's not going to help our nation. 75% of Nigeria depend on single-use plastics for their business revenue, and so we don't need to ban it, as what Krista said. I'm not against you banning, but I'm just trying to tell you that the readiness in Nigeria is not available. Nigeria is not ready to totally ban SUPs in our society, in the nation. Let's face economic realities. I talk about my mom selling Zobo and rely on these plastics. I talk about my dad working in the SUP sector. Now, what are you going to do to these people when you totally ban this thing? Where do you want them to work? There are nothing for them to do. The government has not created job opportunities, and so it's really going to affect us. You said the ELN did whatever they did, but let me shock you, let me burst your bubbles. It's no longer functioning. It used to function before, but now look at where the economy has brought us to a zero level. We need to think about what we are going to do. We need to plan ahead of future because Nigeria is in great need of a decision to make, and totally banning single-use plastic is not what we need in a country like ours. You talked about a lot of things. Talked about Burna Boy. He funded them to pick containers and stuff like that, but it's no longer functioning. We need to think straight. Let's act straight. Pure water and plastic waters are essential in our daily life because it's a very common way we drink water. Gloves, syringe, and test tube are essential for our health services. These things are really, really important. Coca-Cola rubbers and the rest serve as revenue for many businesses in Nigeria. Single-use plastic plays a significant role in our present economy. So banning it is not the right choice to make. We need to think straight. We need to act in the right direction. Single-use plastics, yes, have their health hazard. They have a lot of things difficult to our society, but we don't need to totally ban them. We need to take this step by step because 75% of Nigeria are not aware that these things they are doing is wrong. They're not aware that this single-use plastic has such a benefit. We need public awareness. Did the government give it to us? No. Are private sectors even giving this to us? Of course, no. Furthermore, let's think straight. Let's face reality. Let's face the truth. Let's stop using our own feelings to decide for our nation. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Our nation is in great need of a decision to make. Banning single-use plastic is not the way out of what we are facing. We need to think straight. We need to think well. You support the motion that single-use plastic should be banned, but come to think about it because it's also going to affect you. In your houses of today, there is no house you won't find single-use plastic. Why? Because it's essential. It's important. These things are really, really important to us, despite their health hazard. 400 chemicals in plastic contributes to cancer. Yes, I agree it contributes to cancer, but totally banning it is not the way out of the problem. Thank you.
All right. All right, ladies, they were on fire. They have done their best. They put all their cards on the table. And someone says, see how fear they catch me like I'm the one debating Gumpill Solomon in Kado Fish Market. Sell those fish, huh? Sell it. But I understand the tension they must be feeling at Kado Fish Market right now. Ha!
Right.
Who will win 1 million? Don't bet on it, too, because you never can tell. Just do your business.
You'll be shocked. So
exactly.
Just pay attention and learn a lesson or two. But it's time for us to listen to our diction Jord right here. Give her corrections and observations.
All right, I'll start with you, Helen. Well done to both of you, first of all, for your debate. So, Helen, the word is loyal and not loyal. Initiative, not initiative. The stress is only on the second syllable. Initiative and not initiative. Through and not true. When you say true, the word loses its meaning. So through and not true. Numerous. The stress is only on the first syllable, not numerous, okay? Or numerous, but numerous. Clarify and not clarify. Hostel and not hostel. Hostels, university hostels you mentioned. Festival, local. The AL at the end has a weak sound, so you say festival and local, and not festival and local. Opponent and not opponent. You just got a 2 over 3 in your diction. Well done, and good luck to you. Ruth, over to you. The word is legal and not legal. Recycling. I don't know why you said recycling. So the word is recycling. Totally. Informal and not informal. Causing, not causing. Developed and developing, not developed and developing. Developed, developing. Than, they, them. Your TH sounds very important. Individual and not individual. Approach and not approach. Okay, the stress is only on the second syllable, not on the first. Approach. Revenue and not revenue. Sentimental, gradual, critical. The AL at the end takes a weak sound, so you say sentimental, gradual, critical, not sentimental, gradual, and critical. So you said there are nothing for them. You made a statement, you said there are nothing for them. So because nothing is singular, the right thing to say there is, the right word is are. Sorry, you're supposed to say is and not are. No, there are nothing for them, but there is nothing for them. It's called 1.5 over 3 in your diction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olivia. So there we have it. The diction judge has done her bit. We'll wait for the outcome from the green room. If we get a tie, then you go at it again for another 3 minutes each. But let's see what the numbers add up to. Susan Obeya says, Dave successfully confused me. I don't know who should take the lead. Both canceling each other's point effortlessly, says Susan in Cuba. And Ayo Benjamin says, thank you, Nigeria Info. Thank you for promoting our public schools. These girls are super, super good. And Susan also says, awesome, the girls are equally matched. And CJ Play says, these girls are 10 much. I'm wowed. What an argument. Not the prize money. Well, prize money is definitely coming to Abuja. Which of the prize money? The Lagos prize money? Because right now they are sweating it out for the Abuja prize money.
Well, Ngozi from Apo says, my girls are on fire. May the best points win. I'm impressed by the performance of the kids. Very eloquent. I don't believe Lagos debaters will defeat our kids. Please, I'm still joining others to ask that the judges must not be from Lagos and Port Harcourt only. Asking for Abuja to also be represented there.
I just to assure you that we'll get a representation from Abuja. That decision has been made. So we'll talk. I don't want to announce it on air before, not to the judges, but yes, we would have our judge, one of them, representing us there. All right. I don't know if it was a movie, the soundtrack would have changed for special effects. In Nigerian movie, what would it have been?
Some whistle, some flute or something.
Wow. One person will have to do. I don't know.
Well, we have our returning officer right here to give us a result. Do you want to bet your money on it being a tie?
I see my heart is beating so hard. And I don't know why. Because the money is not coming to me. But I feel like they were both brilliant. And just so you know, it doesn't matter the outcome. The both of you are going to represent the federal capital in Lagos. I haven't seen the results, so I don't know who I'm talking to. But the both of you are going to represent FCT Abuja in Lagos. Now, once I read out the verdict from the green room, one of you will proceed to the grand final to vie for the prize money. The second person will be contesting for third place money. It will still be something that you have to work at getting on Friday also. So it's not the end of the road. On Friday, you still have to try. One will be trying for 1 million. The other will be trying for 250,000 naira. Is that okay? But both of you will be representing us in Lagos. Is that a good deal? All right, you can proceed now, returning officer.
Thank you.
All right. Who supported the motion? Abu Francis, Helen Ebo, from Government Science Secondary School, Maitama, Piakasa Maitama, supports the motion that Nigeria is ready for the total ban of single-use plastic. In your aggregate presentation, you got a 9. In your aggregate rebuttal, you got a 9. In your closing argument, you got an 8. Your style of presentation earned you a 25. Your diction is a 2. And in total, you got a 53. CHIKWERE NMASI RUTH from Government Science Secondary School Tunga Maje begs to differ that Nigeria is ready for a total ban on single-use plastic. In your aggregate presentation, you got a 7. Your aggregate rebuttal strength got you a 6. Your closing aggregate is a 6. Your presentation style is 17. In your diction, it was a 1 or 1.5. So in total, you got 1.5. In total, you got a 37.5. So this automatically means that Abu Francis Helen, you've successfully scaled through this and you're going to the final to try your hands for the grand prize of 1 million naira. CHIKWERE NMASI RUTH, sorry about that. The 1 million naira is out of your reach at this point. However, you could still go home with 250,000 naira on Friday. Okay? And still represent us in Lagos. You put up a good fight intellectually. And, well, there were a lot of things that were looked at aside from your point, which is critical, the strength of your rebuttal, which is critical, your style, how concise you were, the confidence, and all of that. Put the numbers together. So congratulations to Abu Francis Helen and congratulations to CHIKWERE NMASI RUTH as you get to the next round to try your hand for the money. So Abuja, there you have it.
A good place to wrap things up.
Yeah, the semi-finals. We're not even taking any word from them, are we not?
Well,
1 or 2.
Yeah, let's do that. These two girls will dazzle Lagosians this time, is what Usang for God says. Excellent presentation by these beautiful girls. They have, the judges in Lagos last year were something else. Majichi represent us in Lagos, is what Kelvin Ame puts forward. Beautiful presentation. I celebrate these great gems, is what Prince Glory sends on YouTube.
I'm so tensed right now, says JJ from GSSS Tunga Maja. I know. Particularly last week you were relaxed when your school was not there. Like, I'm enjoying the debate. But right now the tension is real when you do have someone in the ring. Well done, girls. Nigeria's got talent. No wonder we excel outside the shores of the country. Oh, Lord, may our system get it right for the sake of this young talent. Victor, I beg your pardon, Ayodele. Bride from Gariki says, please, I need an email to send an urgent concern concerning the ongoing I beg to differ debate competition. Bride, all right. Sizzling hot, Kimo. Lady versus lady. Well done, my little queen, says the Patriot. Jay from Gariki says, these kids have reached a frenzy like Kachi and Oge whenever there's a football match. This is what champions are made of. Let this crescendo be... How is it pronounced? Crescendo or crescendo? Yeah. All right. Be starting point where they get to Lagos. Even the fire is burning here in Gariki. Great job, guys. Your team is wonderful. And the comments are just endless. Our judges, we're all watching. Our eyes are on you, Judge. Honestly, at this point, and I think it's a hard one, but God will help you both. Bookman from... airport. You want to put pressure on our judges at this point in time. We'll take 2 phone calls while they're still here. So feel free to call us up on 0700 951 0000 or 0809 5974869 or 0809 9930137. The last one is our WhatsApp line. Call us via WhatsApp if you please. Hello.
Hello, Okurora.
You're welcome.
I greet you. I greet our guests. I greet our children. The matters from Niger State, I think they're doing very well. In fact, for wisdom debate, if these children should represent us in National Assembly, I believe they will give us the best. Even as Annex Chairman, I believe there will not be a story that people at the Arab is no float. I wish them the best. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. We have this caller. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Ken. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good
I
afternoon.
must to say congrats. Yeah, my name is Chigo.
Go ahead, you go.
Yeah, I must to say congratulations to them. They have done well. Let me say this. I think in our election, if we can having this kind of debate, it will be good. It will be good. Please let INEC learn from this and make sure that in our election that we'll have a debate like such like this. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hello. You're on live.
Hello, King.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Chinedu.
Talk to us, Chinedu.
Yeah, I've started listening to these wonderful speech in the speaker there. In fact, this really shows that our government schools are really doing their best. And I can't just imagine that these students they all came from a government school. And I believe the kids that actually emerge the winner at this semi-final stage. Are they all from government schools? Do you have any private school there?
The ones in the finals?
Guys are the semi-final stage now.
Okay, well, I think they're all from government schools. But the thing is, we got more entries from government schools. The private schools were sending just one. You get one person from one school. These two schools represented here right now were the highest entry we got. Piakasa and Tungamaji came second with the highest entry. So naturally, after the filtration process, you would have those who putting a lot of entry stand at the end of the day. It's just very simple logic. Ruben David Tochukwu says, well, there are two kinds of argument. Helen presented a more rational appeal, always stand the test of time. Ruth's argument was more of an emotional appeal, and at the end of the day, we took the logic over the sentiment. Well, congratulations to them, and best of luck to Ruth as she tries for the third place money. All right then. All right. Thank you very much, Abuja, for being part of the semi-finals. We're going to hand out papers because for the finals, you will know the side of argument you're on. We're not going to give you the topic just yet, but your final is going to be two-phased. You're going to do the debate and you're going to do a 3-minute presentation. We'll be handing you the paper. You choose if you support or beg to differ. When you get your topic, that's the side of argument you're on. So Itodo, please, let's handle the paper. The same applies to Mercy Ruth. For your third place, you would know what side you'll be arguing on, for or against. So once you get your topic, you don't need to prep for both sides of it. You just know it's one side because we want you to give us an absolute perfect presentation for that one also. So the timekeeper is going to hand out papers to them and you will hear what side they're on. Okay, we still have the paper, right? You hear what side they're going to debate on for their finals. Don't forget that Helen Ebo will be trying her hands for the prize money of 1 million naira. Mercy Ruth is already out of that circle, but she still has to try to get third place on Friday also, which is 250,000 naira. Just to remind you of our incredible sponsors. Okay, you don't hand them the papers so that would know.
Take it over.
All right.
I beg to differ.
All right, so Abu Francis Helen, for the final debate for the prize money of 1 million naira, will beg to differ on the topic should be handed tomorrow after the second set of debaters. Well, let's find out what side Mercy Ruth would also take.
I beg to differ.
All right. So you will also beg to differ. Means that the person you are going to face on that, whoever it is that loses out tomorrow, will support the motion. The same applies to the both of you. Thank you very much, ladies. And thank you so much to our judges, Majid Dahiru, Irene Bangwell, Fidel Castro, Olivia Osai. We say a very big thank you. To our sponsors, Hamzat Lawal of Connected Development and Follow the Money. To Infinity Trust Mortgage Bank, creating wealth and shelter. To 313 Bureau de Change. To I thought you were going to take it up from there.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I was going to get right to it.
Collier Angel Nigeria Limited for the consolation prizes. You will not be handed your consolation prize today because you'll be given that on Friday. Collier Angels.
We have 3J's Hotels and Apartments, Number One Hotel, Happiness Computers, and Creative Fingers Cakes and Bites in Live Camp.
Yeah. Thank you very much, all of them. On behalf of the I Beg to Differ team, which we have the billionaire Elefizi, Somi, Benga, Joy. And then we have a message from our national sponsor. They'll be flying them to Lagos, all 4 of them that have made it to the semi-finals. Let's get to quickly hear from our national sponsor.
Travel is learning, and learning can be fun. At Diamonds and Pearls Travel, we offer tailored international school trips, summer camps, school sporting events, and educational tours to broaden the minds and capabilities of students, exposing them to possibilities and innovations across the world. We also offer holiday packages. This Easter, we are also offering family holidays to Egypt and Qatar, with visas, hotels and transfers, flights, and fun activities. Prices start at 2.7 million naira per person. Sharing. Contact us today at Diamonds and Pearls Travels, Plot 6, Mike Adebiti Avenue, Lekki, Phase 1, Lagos. Call 0705-570-1922 or 0813-990-8788. Follow us on social media at Diamonds and Pearls Travels on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Diamonds and Pearls, we demystify travel.
All right. And they'll be flying them to Lagos. They are the major sponsor for the national debate. This is where we'll wrap it up for today. We'll have the second set for the semi-finals tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. and the grand finale, don't forget, 3 p.m. on Friday. Abuja, thank you very much for being a part of the debate. But don't touch your dial. Hard facts continue. My name is Kimberly.
And I am Itodo.